To our healthy cooking videos. Today we have no recipe to follow. I literally just opened my fridge and grabbed what I thought went. So my plan is to pan sear this tilapia. Simple seasonings, grapeseed oil. And then we're going to make like this spinachy, tomato, garlicky topping. And we have our beans. Now I'm going to be using the cauliflower in the beans. I always add a vegetable in my beans, and cauliflower is perfect because it'll just pick up whatever flavors you have going on in the beans. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is dry our fish. When you pan sear it, the less moisture you have, the better sear you're going to get. I'm also going to cut them in half because I feel like for me it's easier to maneuver. Then we're going to be cutting the vegetables for the topping and shredding the cauliflower so that it's really fine in the beans. It's barely going to be noticeable. Okay, so I shredded the cauliflower. It comes up to about 1.5 cups, which will be equal parts to our can of beans. Got all my vegetables chopped. I sliced the center blackish part of the tilapia. I don't know what that's called. So now we're just going to sprinkle salt, pepper, and the basils for the sauce. So just salt and pepper to sear in the grapeseed oil. Okay, now that our fish is seasoned, I put a little bit of grapeseed oil on my pan. You want to do a non-stick. You want to make sure it's hot because you want to sear the fish. If it's too hot or too low, it's not really going to do that sear that you want on your fish. So once you see a little bit of waving on your oil, you want to spread it all around. Then we're going to put the fish and sear it a couple minutes on each side. You know, once you stop seeing less pink and more white, you know it's time to flip it. So this is why you need a good pan, because if you don't have a good pan, honestly it's just going to stick. And it's not going to do this wonderful crunchy browning that you got going on here. But I don't know. I love my sear on food. Okay, so a couple minutes on this side. And then what we'll do, because we got another portion of fish and we got sauce to make, we're going to put it in a warming oven, or toaster oven or the oven, whatever you got, just to keep them warm and keep them at the right temperature. Second round, would you listen to that? Boom. I don't know. I love the sound of sear. While our fish is going on, I put like half a teaspoon of the grapeseed oil on a pot, and we're going to be adding the cauliflower just to brown it a little bit before adding the beans in. I'm telling you, we're going to keep the beans simple, only because if you got that much going on with the other stuff, you can't go over the top with every part of your dish. It'll just get lost, and then you don't really taste, they don't really marry each other. You gotta have one standing part, and then the other ones have to just come along. Just like an outfit, you can't have everything over the top. Either the jewelry, the shoes, or your hair stands out. It can't be the whole thing. Now that our cauliflower is a little browned, we're just gonna add the beans to it. I rinsed them a little bit. That's about all I did to them. And then we're going to be adding just a little tiny, like maybe 2 tablespoons of either water or chicken broth and some spices. I'll show you guys along. Also, now we got our pan clear. Now we're going to be adding the onion and garlic first. And why did we use this pan? Because now the juices from the fish are going to transfer to our topping. Salt, pepper, and a little bit of basil. I now reduce the heat to low and let that cook together. That's what happens when you do one-handed and the camera on the other hand. Anyways, now that that's going, we got our onion and garlic browning in the leftover oil. And now we're going to add all of these tomatoes. Oh my god, it smells ridiculous, y'all. So now I did a little bit of spinach. Now you can really use any green. You can use kale. You can even eat like cilantro. What is some of other greens? I can't think of it because I use spinach or kale most of the time, or cilantro. It really all depends on the look that you taste or thing that you're going for. I'm kind of going a little Mediterranean. Once this cook, we're gonna add a little bit of chicken broth and a little bit of lemon juice, and we'll be back. While our stuff has been cooking and finishing off, now you see how it's a little saucy but not too saucy. Our beans are going too. They've been boiling for a little bit, so they're almost done. I've cleaned up the rest because you know I'm a fan of cleaning while it's cooking so that I have not much of a cleanup. And then our fish is staying warm in the oven. Dinner is served, my friends. We have bean and cauliflower mix. I don't know what to call that at the bottom. We have our pan-seared tilapia, and we have our topping at the top. So we have all our vegetables. We have our healthy carb, and then we have our protein. Time to eat.